What's up? I'm Scotty from the Boardr, where we help run some of skateboarding's most fun events. In this series of videos, we'll be covering how to run a quality event. In this segment, we're going to go over how to give proper customer service. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a nice day.
I cannot stress how important customer service with a smile is. Here we go. So you cannot forget that you are in the customer service role, right? So you basically have two sets of customers: your skaters and the audience at the event, and then your sponsors, your backers, your followers, the people that are paying attention to everything you do at the event and watching the coverage of the event afterwards, or if it's a live broadcast while it's happening. Think of your event and think of your staff and yourself like you're working at Starbucks. So the reason I use Starbucks is because you walk in, and the second you're up there in line, well, it's very organized to start with, right? You walk in, and the line it's very obvious where the line starts. You get up there, and it's like, hey, how can I help you? What do you need? Instantly, you feel like, okay, this person knows what they're doing. Whatever you ask for, you get, and you're greeted with a smile. I don't think I've ever personally, I don't mean to go too in depth on Starbucks, but really I don't have a recollection of going into one where I was like, man, this guy doesn't even know what he's doing. They usually have great employees. That's what your front lines needs to be at your event. Of course, the rest of your staff as well. So to dive into a little more of your product is your event. That's what you're selling. You're selling the experience the skaters and the live audience get. You're selling all the footage and coverage and everything after the event to your sponsors and your followers. So I want to talk about two major staff members that make a big difference. Yes, at your event, the contest director is who's in charge. But every single person attending, even the skaters, they think the announcer is. Because the announcer is the one, he's the MC, he's the master of ceremonies. Everyone is looking to the MC to be like, what are we doing next? What's going to happen? What's going on? That's who they're going up and asking questions to. So number one, he has to know how to get through those questions and how to delegate those while he's announcing the contest. Number two, you have to decide and instruct your announcer what kind of event you're having. So if you have an all ages, all skills event like the Boardr's Grind for Life series, you want everything to be PG, maybe not even PG-13, maybe a couple inside jokes are fine. Nothing, no cursing, no bad words, nothing derogatory. That's like the style for an all ages, all skills contest. Then, on the other end of the spectrum, you have like a very adult atmosphere, like a Copenhagen Open style contest, where pretty much anything you want to say goes, cursing and all that. It's a little different in Europe. So culturally, you have to be aware of what you're doing if you're in different, outside of America, of course. But your announcer is he is the one that's setting the tone of the day. Along with the announcer, going hand in hand, is the DJ. What kind of music is he playing? First of all ages, all skills contest, no bad words. That's how we run it. You can do it your own way, but it's a great way to not get complaints. You're at a more high-level event and there's a little cursing or maybe a Copenhagen style once again. Sure, I think that's fine. Once again, in different places around the world, American cursing on rap music seems to be accepted everywhere. In the States, not so much. There's clean versions of the music. Make sure that, and then you have to make sure that the DJ and the announcer are working hand in hand. Does the DJ know is he paying attention? Is the run's about to end, he's lowering the music. The run's starting, he's raising the music. The announcer's talking for a long period of time, addressing the crowd, he's lowering the music. You have to have a DJ and an announcer that are working in a cohesive manner. This whole thing is a customer service experience, and no matter what, you're going to get all kinds of questions, and you're going to have issues that come up. With questions and issues, we'll talk about questions first. It's much easier. Your first line of defense, the guy at the registration tent, he's going to have someone come up, hey, how do I change my sponsors? What time does this start? All that basic stuff is handled up at registration. Oh, you want to change your sponsors? No problem, let me do that. Oh, your hometown's not what we said earlier over the mic? Oh, we must have had something different. Let's change that. Very simple, that person handles that. Oh, you want to talk to the contest director? Oh, no problem, he's right over here. Let me introduce you. Oh, you need to know where the bathroom is. What time does the event end? All that stuff should be handled right up there at the front. And then, of course, you're going to delegate to the things that you're not an expert on. So along with questions, you're going to have what we call issues. The best example of that is it's either a judging complaint or basically a lot of time with an all ages, all skills contest, it's a judging explanation. So The only person on your staff that should be explaining a judging situation or a judging scenario is your head judge. He is the one that knows everything about judging. He is your expert. And the guy doing registration didn't watch the contest, so he can't possibly talk about what happened with the judging. To start off with that, dealing with that sort of issue or complaint, the first thing you want to do for the head judge is you're going to make sure that the customer, the skater, the parent, that they understand that you care about their concern. You want to address it properly and you want to address it fairly. The two main points about judging are, number one, the head judge has to explain that they have watched every single run and or jam and judged it to what they, based on what they have seen and what they believe is fair. To talk a little bit about issues, one of the main ones that comes up is judging. And sometimes it's just questions. Maybe it's parents not exactly understanding what's going on. So the head judge should be the one explaining this to the parent or the skater. It's like, yes, the judges watch every single run, every single jam. They judge according to what they saw during that time frame only. And yes, there's a certain amount of subjectivity when judging, which is why we have 3 judges. Often on all ages, all skills contests, we'll have 3 judges. Bigger contests, sometimes 5. With the 3 judges, the scores are averaged, and with the 5, usually the highest and lowest are dropped, and the remaining 3 are averaged. To kind of wrap up the customer service section here, there's a few things that it can be endless. You can be really concerned with like feeding your audience or making sure they have water. If you're in a remote location where there's nothing around, maybe before you do the event, there's an email blast that goes out to everyone that registered, or it says it on, we would put it on the Boardr.com on our events page. We would say, hey, this event is 10 miles from the nearest convenience store. Show up with food and water. There will be none. Or you provide that sort of thing. So that's to really go far into customer service, and that's not something standard that happens at each event. All right, that is a wrap for customer service. Thank you for watching our series on how to run a skateboard contest. I'm Ryan Clements. You can hit us up anytime at help@theboardr.com with simple questions or if you need help with your event.